There was a wrongness to the theater the first time I noticed it. A taste in the air like copper and static, lights that hummed a half-step flat, curtains that swallowed sound. I had made a career staging fear. Cheap props placed with exactness, a whisper of suggestion, an actor's breath timed so a whole crowd leaned forward as one. That night the audience leaned in because the room seemed to lean back, as if the space itself had become predatory. At first the signs were small. A recorded heartbeat I looped for effect slowed, then stuttered into a rhythm that did not belong to any pulse I knew. People clutched programs and stared not at the stage but at the ceiling corners, where plaster crawled with faint lines like veins. Exit signs flickered in a sequence I could not decode. Someone in the third row began mouthing a phrase I hadn't written. "Look at the pattern." Afterward, the word pattern drifted through foyer conversations like a scent. The revelation crept rather than struck. I found diagrams chalked on the backs of chairs, nested spirals that replicated the theater's layout. Performers reported dreams of lattices and an impossible sky. They woke insisting the motif continued behind their eyelids. The paper's photos showed faint, regular distortions around faces, repeating geometries that bent light where it should have fallen straight. I started refusing shows, then rehearsing alone, and the empty room watched me back with a patience that felt like calculation. Paranoia seeded daily life. I noticed grids in wallpaper, in crosswalks, in how rain tapped the windshield. Mail arrived with stamps aligned at exact angles. Friends answered questions with words rearranged into symmetrical echoes. My reflection lagged a fraction when I smiled. Sleep thinned into measured gaps. Waking felt less like being observed than being parsed, reduced to a data set of reactions. Someone, something, read for meaning. The confrontation was neither sudden nor spectacular. In the dark between acts, without fanfare, the proscenium dissolved into a lattice of light and silence and a presence that translated understanding into geometry. It did not speak so much as overlay certainty, patterns describing me, then everyone, then the whole city as if it were a schematic. I felt my choices fold into its angles, memories smoothed into the same repeating motif. The theater had not been haunted by memory or malice, but cataloged by an intelligence that knew sensation as code. We tried to close it, lock the doors, strip fixtures. Machines failed. Locks obeyed their pattern. The city shrugged and diverted. The last night I sat alone, counting breaths until dawn, and realized the pattern had learned my pulse to a degree that felt intimate and final. We turned off the lights and left the doors open,